So today, let us walk through few end-to-end flows for utility module in JustPic. So Samba, you have any question in center? So we can take it up to. Okay.
Okay.
So JustPic, it's a passion identity communicator where it also helps out the SME guys, medium scale businesses to handle their business entities as a patch tag in our application JustPic. So utility module is one of the one where end customers and the from the business entities will be handling it. So today we will discuss on the utility module. Okay, in a summary, this is what the JustPic is all about. And I don't want to go through as of now, but however, you guys can read it. So we'll directly pitch into the utility modules. Okay, so utility modules. Today we will discuss three major key workflows. One is end-to-end workflow for users who's the user's login and how to select a mission, payment, mission activities, activation and usage. And we will also discuss how can they track their payment history and the other details and handling mission inactivity. So due to of a number of interruptions, whether it's a Wi-Fi fluctuation or a power fluctuation or like payment delay latencies from the bank side, there might be a number of regions where sometimes mission may not listen, so how to handle that in a user perspective. And the second session, we will also discuss about admin portal, where for every hashtag who will be as a vendor for the washing machine, how they can change the price and power and duration they can set so that it reflects on the mission for the powering and handling interruptions from the users. So if user reach outs, how do they validate whether they got payment or not, and how do they manually on or off the machine and help out the user to progress. So let me share the mobile screen now so that we can process the real-time scenarios. Okay. So I'm just sharing the mobile screen shown. So currently I'm sharing the mobile screen. So Samba, you're able to see the screen, right?
Yes, I was able to see my screen.
Okay. So as assuming as a user, everyone has downloaded the JustPic application and had logged in. So and I'm just opening. So maybe I will close once the application and open so that it is very clear. So assuming you have opened the JustPic app, and then once we slide down, so we have the utility model. Here you can see that the highlighted one, and we also have the QR code scanning here. So we can also check our past histories by clicking on the history and all the transaction you have been progressed before, and its actual status. You can see that. So one of the transaction I made is today morning 1:41 at the PM, and so and it is captured, which is successful, and I might be use that particular mission. So we'll go back to the end-to-end flow now. So I'm just navigating. So let me keep the one of the mission QR code with me. Okay, and now so as soon as I click on the QR code, so we will get something like this. So this is one of the scenario session completed. Great news, the utility has cycle has concluded, which means just recently I have used that mission. So it is actually activating now. So it may ask to scan again if you are sure that no one is using it and now, so we can scan it again. So sometimes if the machine has been stopped by the not stopped by the previous user, we will get that one so that the session will end by that time as soon as you reach. So now once you scan and then you will get this particular screen. So here you can see who the contact details and how do you connect, and also you can also communicate that particular vendor. Like for example, Lokviraj is the one. So and for you can chat with them, you can contact them, and you can also see the admin persons who are responsible, and you can also see the duration, price, and platform charges exclusive. Okay, so which means so how it goes and everything. So currently it is demanding 50 rupees to power on. So know that this one you are using for 16 minutes, 50 rupees. This is one of the example where admin will be having control. So now I'm clicking on power on, and this will check the real-time utility whether that particular utility is actually online. So if it is online, it will show this one. Otherwise, it will show a message like, hey, your utility is not online. Please check your utility. So maybe there might be a Wi-Fi issues or there might be a power issues for utility, so that you are not paying without any concern. If you see this screen, which means the machine is online, now you're ready to go and pay it. So I can cancel and go back. I'm just canceling down and go back. So if you see, and I can go to the history. So it is still in handshake. So even I don't see any kind of a progress because I have actually cancelled. And if I go see, the session is completely off, and I can go to this history also. I can see I have started the progress. It is actually nothing is there. Okay. So let me scan it again because I have cancelled the previous screen. Now this is a different scenario. I will proceed with the pay now. So I'm started paying now. So we will get a Razor Pay account. And please make sure that you are not clicking back button or any cancel button if you're really paying here, so that let the application handle the process and go back to the screen. For example, I'm just paying now. It's a test one. So assuming I'm paying in the other screen, and I know I can go back and pay somewhere and come back here. And so let's say I have successfully paid it now. So it will itself, it will take backside. And so that you have, okay, which one paid, and you just minimize the screen and you will see the sessions in progress. So how you can check? You can also go to the session and you can see yes, for 15 minutes, 1 minute we will decrease directly from that. And you don't need to worry, you have always a buffer time. So so here this 40 14 point means 15 minutes, the power will be there with the machine, where you have to go and on the machine manually. That is how the settings goes, and you need to handle the machines within this 15 minutes time window, so that you can utilize your session there and clear all the cloths within this 15 minutes. If you have concern of having this particular time as per your washing cycle, you can connect with us or admin portal, so that they can increase these timings if your washing cycle is more than more than what the time displays here. So as of today, every washing machine cycle will be maximum 35 to 40 minutes, but you will be having around 45 to 50 minutes of duration, which is pretty good for handling clothes and everything. So if I go back to the session, so no matter where I go, the session will be there, so that you will also get a notifications. So I can go and check the transaction just in case if something whether it's went or not. So that is a previous session. I think some kind of an error where we need to handle. So nothing to do with the utility, that one. So you can see this is the transaction which is paid successfully. That's why washing machine is power on. So assume, and then assume that you have completed your session, you completed, and and you have completed. You can manually also stop the powering, because if you clear all the cloths in the machine, you just go click, you can hard stop it so that the power ends, so that this machine is open for someone else. So otherwise, this machine will be occupied by you still the actual whole time of your session completed, so that no one can use still that, so that it is. So now we have checked the positive scenario. Let us check some kind of a negative scenario. Sometimes interruption happens, your machine might not started. So let me start now. So now I will do manually, interrupt the session. Of course, every scan will wake up, and then the second time once you retry, I think then you will be able to connect it. Then let me start again, and yes, the machine is online there. Now I have paid it. I mean, I'm proceeding for the payment, assuming that I have paid successfully here. And actually the session is in progress. So manually I will switch off this one such a way that where due to of some interruption it is ended. So now if you see, Let me just refresh myself and go back. So I just close it. I have actually switched off manually off the from outside, and then I'm just going here. Look, you see, I have paid it, but because of some reason interruption happened, no transaction found, and the power is not on there. So what you can check is you have a 5 minutes window for sure once you pay it. So you can keep looking into that. So if you see the first order here, you will find yes, you have paid. Yeah, the previous session is also within 5 minutes. That's why you are seeing that one. So otherwise you don't need to worry on that. And this first order, you can see, you can click here to power on if you have issues after payment. So now, yes, we have issues. I think within this 5 minutes, the machine is not on. So probably I just click on this one. The power signal is sent. And now, you can come back and you can see the session is the power will on, and then you can continue. So this might happen only the initial phase sometimes, but there is as the fluctuation happens sometimes, if any interruption happens when you paid, if machine couldn't on that particular time, you have a 5 minutes window to check the history and then start manually from your side. So now the power will be on, then your resume will be continued. Yeah, you will see all that within a couple of seconds here. Perfect. So then let's go. So now you also understood the history here, so how you can navigate and everything. So let us see whether your payment got failed and how does you will get to know that you no need to contact admin guys or so whether the payment got failed. So let me off that particular machine once. So I just refresh, assuming you went back and then came back and you opened again. Then you can see your session is in progress. And 15 minutes is progress. Yeah, because we are just continuously using the same ones you earned. So assume that you're starting fresh now. So now we will replicate a scenario that your payment got failed. And how do you will get to know that whether your payment got failed or not? So now let me scan again. As I said, the first can always will wake up call. And then the second can, because we ensure that you are really using it instead of not accidentally using it. So that's why the continuous two scans will happen. So once you see that handshake happened with the machine, which means machine is online, so you will proceed to the payment. So you'll proceed with the pay. Assuming that now I will click on the failure, assuming that because of n number of factors where the payment might got failed. So usually this won't happen here because the in a real times if you see, so now we are handling such a way that if the payment happened, the machine we won't get on. So maybe you want to check that in the history also you can check. So yeah, like for example, yeah, history I will go. Now you will get to know here. Look here. So which means you have tried paying it, but of course, so what is the issue? You can see your payment did not go through due to of temporary issues. Any deducted amount will be refunded in 4 to 5 days. So I hope you have even the deduction happens if the symbol is in the red color here, which means the payment has not been successfully processed. So even the amount got deducted, it will get back to you as soon as possible. The Razor Pay has refunded that one. So this is how different scenarios you can handle it. And now we will also proceed for the admin portal. As I am the admin guy for the Lokviraj utilities, for example. So as an admin, you always go to your organization and pass tag settings. You can also go from the other part like my pass tags, and you can also find your which pass tag you want. Today I just created a lot pass tags, so that's why I want to have this one. So I go for that particular pass tag settings services, because this is one of the services you are gaining, and you go to manage device because this is one of the device where you are managing. So here there will be a number of devices based on what device you are managing. So let's say like, you are managing a dryer today. So you'll go to dryers, and then you can see here like, one, for example. So here you can name it, and you can also give a session duration. If you have seen the other couple of minutes back, we have a session of 16 minutes. You can control here. So let me increase this to 45, so that the next pay, and this one let me increase or decrease to 45. Just for 45 rupees, 45 minutes session power will be powered the washing machine, so that user can use. We can also add a additional duration if needed, but you guys can add it. And you can also add like, do you want to set a custom price based on the load? But this will be, we will be recommending this to on if your person is there in person in that particular location. And notification interval, so how many minutes once a message has to send to the user, like, 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more, 15 minutes more, your session will complete like that. And you can also see the currently that particular washing machine is off, that's why it is asking. So whenever user contacts for any reasons, I have paid it, and it shows the transaction history is paid. For example, let's go here, and I see Rajesh is like, I'm the one who is paying, so I can see the history here. And I see like, I have paid a couple of payments. And here if you see like, if he has paid and if the machine is not on, even as an admin also I will get to know, okay, it is on, so maybe I need to on him, because we manually offed it. That's the reason it is looking like this. Otherwise so like, it won't come. This is how you can see only the successful payments will be coming here, and otherwise successful payment. But and if you find this one, which means like, the user has an issue. And any payments which are not like, successful, it won't come here, because that is a Razorpay thing, where you will have a separate account from Razorpay. You will be looking into that, so that you have a clarity of, okay, only this many sessions happen from this particular person, and from this person this many sessions happen at least. And you can see the latest person as the latest user. So just in case if user has paid there, but if he is not, so where you can manually on it from here. For example, like, I want to on manually. So now manually I have on it, so that the user can use that particular 16-minute session and continue accordingly. This is how it is. So you can also like, if some anything, if you see like, any you want to off for any some reason, you can also manually and remotely here. But make sure that this is not used for every reason, because anything you change, it will impact if any person are using there. So this is a responsible screen where you need to handle it accordingly. And if you want to download the QR code, you can download from this particular like, QR code symbol, and then you can attach it, just in case after a few months, like, the QR code may gone, so that we can download and print and, give that particular QR code there. So this is what all about like, on a high level. So and these are the washing machines, dryers. Then you can see, for example, now as you guys seen, like, we have increased 45 minutes duration here. I will go back as a user now, and now let me scan it. I'm mirroring my mobile. That is one reason. Let's fold it. Yeah, now it is listening. So now if you see, the duration is 45 minutes and the payment is, this is how it will reflect to the user. And then like, user can proceed it. And I don't think user will be like, doing every time like, he might be like, using the machine on whenever he need. So I just using randomly in all cases. That's how you see a lot interruption for sure. So if I pay it now again, So now I click back here. So this is very sure, like, if you cancel it, it will trigger a, like, interruptions for sure. That's why never go to the cancel button, like back button or anything. So let the payment handle automatically. Let the payment handle automatically. That's where we always intended. So now session is in progress. Let's wait for that one. So yes, how do we communicate? Yeah, so let's see, like, okay, hey, we have a issue or else we need to communicate, chat with us. So you can click on this one. So where you will go to that chat. In case if you are not able to access, like, send any message here, you can go and request here. So you will have an option to request a chat, so that that admin will understand your need and then accept, and then like, you can have a communication there. That's how it is. So how do you access the chat? You can access from here also. So if you want to connect on the WhatsApp or anything, I think we will share that particular link also. This is the organization starts, like, Lokviraj, for example, Clen we have. So like, how do we handle? You guys can be use this one if you're in one of that college which Clen provides all these things. Thank you. So this is what it is. And thanks for supporting, and we will improve our product every day and for sure. And any issues, please don't hesitate to contact WhatsApp group of JustPic, or like, email us, and I'll like, along with the vendor. Thank you. So let me stop the screen now. So this is the one pair, like, I just need to show it again. I think you might be already seen it here. As simple as that. Just access, go to the utilities, then scan it. Once you scan, pay it. Once the payment is done, you will see the history. And the new thing is, like, you will be seeing the history button here. So where you can access your past donations. Thank you guys. See you.